Welcome to the Pro Cheerleading Podcast, hosted by Mhkeeba
and Brittany, two former NFL cheerleaders discussing hot topics in the pro cheerleading industry
and revealing the truth behind the Poms.
We're back. We took a nice long break, so long that we forgot how to do everything.
Yeah, so buckle up because this is going to be a rough episode, but we're so excited to be back, and we are going to be launching in a week, May 15th.
That's crazy.
But for now, we have to break down our trip to DC, which happened, it seems like a year ago, but it was literally a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So much has happened since then, but we went to DC together.
We went to DC.
Why did we go?
For a lot of stuff, actually. We made sure we booked ourselves for this trip.
Because I used to live there. I went to Georgetown. Poor Britt was dragged all over the place. But we received an invitation from a lovely Washington Wizdom Dancer by the name of Jasmine, who killed the thing. I swear, she was so good. But she offered us tickets to the game. I'm probably making a lot of noise with my hands. All these things I'm already
I'm gum in
forgetting.
my mouth. We're just unprofessional.
Hot mess intro. But I'm just so excited. But she gave us tickets. Can we talk about, okay, so DC... we flew in and basically went right to the game. But
Well, are we going to talk about how we almost didn't make it?
do you want to? Let's do it.
We have
Everybody
to.
has a
You know what? This is a
travel
bonus
nightmare.
episode. This is the truth behind the Poms.
Yeah, truth behind
Like,
the Poms. Give it up.
Here we go. Okay, so I was given the responsibility to book the flight, and I thought that the charge went through. Do not use Expedia. I just feel like
They're
they
fired.
suck. They're fired.
They're headquartered here in the Seattle area, but
Other than that, no.
No.
Next.
yes.
So basically...
Thank you. No, thank you. Next.
Right. The only way we did get away with it was because they admitted fault. They didn't charge my card and let me know that.
They sent her like 5 different confirmation emails saying that you're booked and confirmed for this flight.
I hope you're excited, Brittany. This is Expedia. You're getting on your flight in 2 days. I'm like, yes. And Mhkeeba's like, are you sure? Because it won't let me like even find the flight in
Or
the app.
check in.
Yeah. So basically, we show up hella early because we had the game that night. And Mhkeeba's like, they don't have us on record. And I was like, what? Of course I was late. And so I was like, what? No way.
But it was a perfect tag
Alignment.
team of
beat
beat the dang on agents down to a pulp, but nicely. But it was like
I said, this is bullshit. I remember Mhkeeba looked over like, whoa, this is
well,
happening.
you were doing the rough tactic. I was
Yeah.
being good cop, but I was like, it is absolutely not acceptable for us to not fly out on this flight. Like all flights to the East Coast leave in this time frame. They all of a sudden it's Expedia and they don't know how to find another freaking flight. So
Yeah.
we found the flight and I was like, we need
Mhkeeba
to get to
found
Alaska.
it. She walked over there. Mhkeeba is just a shining light of positivity and a very nice lady.
Oh, I was about to have a meltdown though. I was about to crack, and the lady from
But people are drawn to you, Mhkeeba, honestly.
Aw.
They're like, okay, that girl is huge with red hair. Like, she looks like she could be a Game of Thrones character. Like, bye. And then there's Mhkeeba, like, little, wearing her fries before guys sweatshirt.
Oh my god!
And just, like,
that
cute.
was a damsel in distress moment if there was like no other, because we had to get on that goddamn, like, down to the wire, you guys.
Airports don't care, though. They're kind of like, figure it out. Like, you messed up, bye.
But let me just say, this is why I love Alaska, because we were not even their customer yet, and then
Right.
she bent over all the way backwards for us. That sounds really sexual, but she she got us on that
She
flight.
did. She was
like,
spitting some attitude, too, to them. Like
it's
the
not
flight
that
is
hard.
right here. Just cancel that. I got it. And she totally
Yes.
handled it.
She walked
She
us to
made sure,
security.
she made sure we got to security. She called me when I was getting on the plane. I was like, hello? Like, totally just beat down. We were running at one point through the
pulling an
airport.
OJ.
Our own airport.
Yes. But we got on the goddamn flight.
Yep.
Because we were on a mission, damn it. Mission to get to DC. So then, everything was good. I think we had a drink as we got closer to landing.
Yes.
And yeah, it worked out better. We had a better itinerary, which was also awesome because we were supposed to fly into Virginia, which would have been a shit show during rush hour to get to DC. So
I had
it
no
all
idea
worked
where
out.
we were going. So
Yeah.
Mhkeeba was like full reins leading the charge.
Hey, but we did it.
We did it?
We did it. We got to the game. And on time, too. We're just really... that's an achievement, seriously, after that day that we had.
I'll leave you hanging.
Air high five. So excited. As soon as we get there, though...
We find some bomb food, first off.
Yes, the chicken.
It was like a whole barbecue, mac and cheese, like everything you could need in a bowl. Side note.
That was good. I would do that again. Yeah. So we smashed that real quick, and so we could think straight. And then
We're pretty used to casual. Like, I would say CenturyLink is very your seats are over here, roughly. Like, nobody really watches you, right?
No, it's like, do you need help?
Right.
And they'll, like, point you in the right direction of which aisle to go down to be closer to your seat. But from the minute...
Where are your tickets? And I was like, oh, it's just, like, in my pocket. I didn't think they needed to see it right then. They were like, get it out.
And they asked for our tickets, like, 10 different times. They were policing the section and making people move because it was pretty much kind of empty. And... people were moving down and getting caught by these. I mean, they were so militant. And one of the guys, so we're here trying to get footage. So we're like getting up to watch the dancers perform and trying to get a good angle so we could see Jasmine. And of course, we get approached by the freaking security people.
Where are your seats? Go sit down.
Yeah.
And then Mhkeeba goes, oh, okay. And she's like grabbing one more picture. I look back and she goes, ah! It was like Mrs. Doubtfire when she drops her face. And there goes the little ticket fluttering down because we were right above one of the tunnels.
Yes. And it just trickled all the way down to the ground. And
so then I had to share a ticket.
I can't move. I'm going to pee on myself instead of getting up to do. I don't know. It was just, they need to pipe the F down. It's really not that serious. I just think it's almost an unpleasant fan experience. So take it for what it's worth if there's any ushers listening. But let's break down the game, though. So we've been to a Portland Trailblazers game. So at least we get to compare notes a little bit. So their whole layout compared to the Trailblazers. Well, should we break down the Blazers just for, like, so people can kind of know the difference?
Yeah.
They had an opening number with the lights down, along with the player entrance, coordinated dancing a little bit. But, you know, they have an all-female team. They have a separate team that's... Stunters, yep. So that's
kind of the classic cheerleaders that people know, I guess.
Exactly.
Girls getting lifted, which is really cool. Because they'll be up in, like, the 200 level, and girls are getting lifted. Kind of freaks me out.
That was giving me anxiety because they have platforms throughout the arena, but definitely heights on top of heights on top of heights. I used to hate stunning when I was in college. Like, I'll tumble all day long. Just put me down. Like,
nobody picked me up.
But and what else did they have? They also have a male team that performs at certain games with the girls in, like, either their own performance or they'll have, like, a combined performance, which I thought was a cool format. We didn't get to see their male dance team perform, but they definitely had kind of their own thing, but it didn't feel like a complete circus, right?
Correct.
Because you know, the stunters are on one side of the court, the dancers are on the other when they're, like, hyping up the crowd. But yeah, we get to the DC game, and similar kind of opening number. That's the name of our episode, Welcome to DC. I thought it honestly was like a song that they made up for the Wizards. Cause I haven't followed Gogo in a minute, but that's a real song, so Welcome to DC. But what was that like for you? Because they line the court.
That's true. And they have boys, males incorporated into their team.
Right.
So, fortunately, we were kind of on the corner where, like, Jasmine didn't move too much. She was always kind of doing that full court dancing, everybody in a line, like, taking the border of the court.
Right.
She was always in the same corner. Next to her was Abercrombie and Fitch boy, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But it kind of seemed like he didn't know what to do with his hands. And it seemed like he was out of place a little bit. So it was kind of distracting. And then they had, like, the t-shirt people that would come. And you were like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, it felt a little more chaotic. But this is what the NBA needs to understand. The hype up the crowd moment is really, like, does the crowd look hyped? You know what I mean? Like, whatever you're trying to do to create that that dynamic and that energy, can you please just look around and see how that's landing on everybody? Because it's not quite it.
Yeah.
What did the crowd react to? The Wizdom Dancers, right?
Yeah, they loved the Wizdom Dancers. I felt like they had a lot of cut to people as well. Like, they had a kids dance team. Remember that?
That's right. They sure did. Yeah.
Right. We had at the Blazers game, they had a halftime, like, girls singing. Be brave! We got to watch them rehearse a few times. That was interesting.
So wait, these little girls were, like, I don't know what group they were from, who they knew to get a spot performing at halftime, but they were just a little 5 or 6 of them just singing their little hearts out, trying to anyway, and it was so, bless their hearts. But we encouraged them, we clapped for them, but they were better than me. I forgot to tell you, but I did karaoke all by myself recently. Where?
And I was, like, freaking out at a bar by my house, but I was freaking out, and I got off stage, and I asked my husband how I did. He's like, I gave you 7 out of 10.
What song did you pick?
Just a Girl by No Doubt. And I thought I had it, and I was like, I'm just a girl. Oh, my God. I'm really going on a tangent. But anyways, singing's hard because you have to breathe, and I forgot about that. When we did our Love Shack situation.
Did we talk about that last season?
I don't even know. We'll have to review and then...
You brought up karaoke. Okay, if we told the story already, we'll edit it out. But we went to Portland. Was that the Winterhawks trip?
It was the Winterhawks trip.
Oh, we were probably being civilized and didn't mention it.
True.
So here we are being ratchet. Winterhawks trip, we somehow managed to end up at a stripper karaoke bar. Stripperoke.
Every Sunday night at Devil's Point,
yes.
Portland.
Oh my gosh. And we thought we had like the go-to song because of our little history with the song Love Shack. And Lindsay, Brittany, and I drank enough to get the courage, and we got on stage, but we got the wackest chick. Like, there was just a roller girl from Vegas who had flown in and was doing all these cool things on her roller skates. She would have been perfect for us. I think they did it on purpose. But we got props after we were done.
Yeah.
We were screaming.
I think people were trying to make us feel better, but... It was so fun. That was my first karaoke experience, and now after going solo, my solo career has ended. I never want to sing by myself again.
I would never. I would die. Well, can we also just say, okay, now we're all over the place. How are we here?
Whatever, it's a bonus episode. Okay, get over it.
Yeah. So we mentioned karaoke, we mentioned strippers. Can we just mention that that was my last strip club in D.C. I forgot the name of it. Actually, very nice, clean establishment. Really cool lighting and everything. But there was a girl, you guys, who had on white shorts as her little outfit. Like, just, you could even wear those. They weren't like hoochie la la la.
No.
But get up to the stage to deposit my ones, and it's so awkward. Like, you walk to the stage, and then they're doing things, and you really just want to turn around and walk away.
Yeah, you want to throw and ditch and run.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you're really, like, dancing, it's like, don't you want to earn, like, let me dance for you, but... We stayed there, so I tried to stay there this time instead of just leaving. And this girl turns around, and there's like a brown circular stain.
A moist stain. And then you were like, okay, bye. And I was standing there like, oh, and just kind of act like I didn't notice it. But
I'm done. I can't even do it anymore. Like, that was traumatizing for me. But they were talented girls. I just don't want to see anymore.
Right. Moving on. We'll find something else to get in trouble with. You know,
fitness classes or
something.
So anyway, back to the Wizards. Okay.
Reel it in. Here we go.
Yes. So the Wizdom Dancers, we got a picture with one of them. So there are a couple of Wizdom Dancers that are grandmothers of some of the girls on the team, which is really, really cool that they get to dance with them. And they have a whole series on YouTube. We'll put the link below to this AARP YouTube series following their auditions process. Well, at first, I kind of admit I wasn't like a major fan. We talked about it a little bit. Like, is it too hokey, making fun of the older people dance? But did you love the music, though? I wasn't feeling the music mix that they danced to.
I don't remember it. Do you? What song was it?
It was just like...
They also played old songs,
They played some old songs, but they weren't like... That's the part that...
Were they supposed to do Come Out to Twerk by Cardi B?
No, but that's the part, like...
with some twerk, with a twerk it.
But they did twerk in there. They had little stuff in there. I mean, maybe more of a better party mix. It wasn't bad. I liked the old school to the new school, but just a different mix. I just wasn't a fan of the music selection. But they were very, very fun to watch. They did get a reaction from the crowd, so that was something... I think they just have to pay attention to what the crowd really responds to. But I think you're right. Like, when they were all around the arena... It did get a little, like, people
with the co-ed team?
Yeah. They were, I guess, what we would call rallying for the crowd. I mean, they're doing, like, freestyles. I mean, some of the girls it was fun to watch them perform, and maybe different dancers, you can't watch them all at one time when they're spread out that way.
Right. I know that was mean to say about Abercrombie and Fitch Boy.
He had just a different rally in his life. Not knocking him.
He just kind of like, his little rally seemed more like a b-boy or something. Like, he was about to, like, okay, I'm going to do a move or something. I don't even know what it's called.
Right.
But it just disconnected from the girls. I'm fine with the co-ed, but I just...
There's got to be, like, a little bit of, what's the word?
Cohesive like, overlap.
Mesh. And then when you think about what dance style really can you appreciate, a co-ed team, if it is hip-hop, maybe that's the thing. Like, you're not really... I don't know what I would want to see a guy do during, like, a freestyle session where you're, like, rallying the crowd, because unless you're doing really cool tricks, like b-boy style tricks, like, maybe it's just... Maybe it's just that you don't want to see a guy do a weird step clap and fist pump.
Right.
Because that doesn't move you as much as one would think.
Maybe it's because we're used to the NFL. Like, we are on the sidelines the whole time of the game. It's rare that we're not where we're supposed to be in our spots.
True.
But NBA, it's like they were kind of cheering, dancing-ish in where you dropped your ticket on both sides.
Yes, in the tunnel area.
The tunnel of doom. And then sometimes they'd run out. It's just like, it wasn't very consistent to where as a fan, you could be like, oh my gosh, the dancers are going to come out.
Right, because when they are in the tunnel, they're only there for, it's only the people that are right by them that can actually see and interact with them. And it just seems so limiting. Like, I wanted everybody to get their shine more versus just these blips and them being thrown around all over this arena. But no, I think you're right. It just didn't feel like they actually owned the court at any given time, except obviously their performances, which let's talk about their
That was amazing. Yeah. I totally missed it on our social media. I moved the camera or my phone right when Jasmine did an amazing move.
Oh, leg lift.
Yeah, but it was so cool. And
no, they were
awesome.
Really cool. I was definitely, I just like NBA style, the routines. When it's so dark, you don't really get to see. I think they have the spotlights rolling around. I wish it was the lights up so that you can see things a lot more clearly. At least one of the dances were a little dark, but just shout out to the team because they killed it. It was definitely just us taking it in for the first time, obviously, and comparing it against what we saw in Portland. But I think they have to kind of figure out a really clean way of, not the Wizards, but just the NBA in general, as they keep making all these changes to game day entertainment, to figure out what really resonates with the crowd. And maybe they do want to see different people dancing at different ages, and you have the kid and you have the senior dance team, but just be careful when you put all of that onto the court at one time that it looks, and then you have the ball kids out there doing stuff and it just look like
no, you're so right.
It's too chaotic.
And then kind of because they wouldn't let people sit closer to the players, as close as you can. I feel like fill it up, let people, and then if someone's like, hey, you're in my seat, then move, or move somewhere else. Because it wasn't very filled, and I think because they were so strict, where are your seats? Sit in your seats. It seemed even more empty, if that makes sense. Because there's people way up, and it's just get everybody close.
Well, they were doing the seat upgrades with the camera chick that was running around, but that should just be the experience, especially if you're not able to kind of sell out a game. Just move those people down. That would make it a lot cooler too.
Right.
I was scared and annoyed after I lost my ticket. Quit being mean.
Well, we didn't have anybody to hang out with too, because we were kind of all by ourselves.
Right. You can't even bond with the people in front of you, behind you, or maybe we're just so used to CenturyLink that's
packed all the time
type of thing. But we really, really appreciate Jasmine's generosity to invite us and let us see her shine. She did the damn thing.
She did, yeah.
Oh, she's so cute.
I know.
She's just so cute. I love her hairstyle. We'll link her bio below. It was really cool. And then we got to see her on Friday when we went to the Redskins final audition showcase. Because, okay, can we talk about how, I know DC's small and everything, but I just love, love, love how connected all of their dancers seem to be.
Right.
Everybody's team, if you're dancers, whether it's pro, semi-pro, everybody supports one another. They all met each other somewhere at a DC pro dance convention and are homies. Yeah. I think it's so cool.
And there's a lot of crossover. A lot of girls from Wizards, hey, I'm going to try NFL. And a lot of girls, I don't know if there's crossover from NFL to NBA per se, but the dance community seemed,
really, really tight-knit.
Right.
I thought that was so cool. Seeing Jasmine there with one of her teammates to support everybody, but I think they knew a lot of people who were auditioning, so it's kind of, that made it even more exciting that it wasn't just your family out there, because they filled up this Howard Theater in DC. It was packed.
Yeah, that was packed for sure.
So we get there, we start off with a VIP reception, right?
Yeah, we missed the open bar. Wah, wah. I didn't even know that was an option. But they did. That's the thing. That's so cool. They totally made it a party. We were introduced to we met them because they were helping out alumni.
Oh, she was so cute.
So nice.
She was one of the Wizards dancers,
and she was one of the Wizdom Dancers. Dancers. But they had food for purchase, bomb food. We didn't get any because we ate before.
But still.
We went to Barcelona, right?
Yeah,
that was really good.
Chicken.
Good chicken.
Yes.
But they had a bar all night, and I feel no matter where you sat, there wasn't a bad seat in the house. Honestly.
Agreed. But I don't know how I feel about VIP being up so high.
Yeah.
But we did see everything, so that
We
was
got to see
good. I mean,
everything.
yeah, I was kind of like, we're far away, but that's okay.
It's one of our highlights on Instagram if you guys want to check it out. I think I have almost all the videos before my phone died.
Oh my gosh,
I
we
was
were
not
working.
set up. We were working.
That was
recording.
definitely, but they're on YouTube as well. So I think between the two of us, we definitely caught almost all of the performances. We got to meet some of our listeners.
Yes.
Which was so cool.
Right.
They were finalists.
Rookies, like coming in as rookies, no prior experience in terms of the NFL,
and they had their dreams come true that night.
Yeah.
I felt like a mama bear, I had something to do with it when I totally did not. But it was just so cool to see them. You know, some of them reached out. I mean, I think of Julia and,
Liz, and
just...
I think I reached out to her. I was fangirling over her.
Oh, because they're just so gorgeous, and you just have that feeling. I was like, she's probably going to make it. I love Julia's haircut, her whole style and vibe. I was like, oh yeah, they could use that because it's different.
Right.
Like you're a tool, use that. But you know what I mean? It just...
But everybody was so nice. Nobody seemed standoffish, even when the vets came out, because they did a reception, like you said. So they were wearing their opening outfit, and they were just kind of mingling. And for some reason, which I actually think is kind of cool, they split them up. So the rookies came out first, and then the vets.
To give them people a fresh... Because this might be for the season ticket holders and why they do this. Who knows who all the other people were up there, but giving them a chance to see all the fresh faces. Would you like to do that before a final audition?
I would be so nervous.
I would literally be
I would be one of the people that seems like I'm in the corner being an antisocial.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you're just... My mind would not... I mean, maybe you practice so much that you're just F it, I'm here, I'm ready.
They prep for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, can we talk about that? So, yes, 2 weeks.
This showcase took 2 weeks of practice and organization.
Every day after work. I remember our girl Candace up there mentioning just how hard they work from taking conference calls in their car to this is jetting, and DC traffic is sick. So this is
it's something
so
serious.
stressed. Can you imagine though if you're really all of a sudden making it this far in the process? And we talked about it, just be ready, for whatever, but just to have that rigid of a schedule where you're practicing for 4 or 5 hours after work just to get up and do it all over again. That's a lot.
To be really invested and then potentially not make it, it's a huge gamble, and it's a huge, not time suck because the reward could be that much greater, but yeah, it's volunteer time.
You're not paid for it.
It's not part-time employees for this kind of thing. So you really have to be invested and want it. But that's kind of important because you invest the time, then you're serious.
Yep.
If you're someone that can't keep up
or just doesn't have the right attitude, if you have a stanky attitude, it's probably going to come out over those 2 weeks of stress. But it sounded like from what the girls were saying, it was a total bonding experience. A lot of the alumni are involved. It sounds like in the process of either grooming them or getting them ready for the show, and so they really do bond through the process. So maybe that's why people come back and try again too. It's a positive experience, so they feel more connected, they know what to expect. I mean, maybe you'd feel more inclined to go through the process again once you know what's expected of you. But
same with us, with our we always made it to finals, and so it was kind of I know what it's like, I just need that extra edge or whatever it is to get over that threshold. But
and you get to watch that whole entire show back, so whoa. Let's just... Okay. I'm sure
should we do it now or should we dive into it
part 2?
Dun dun dun!
Okay, let's talk about the show part. Okay. There was an opening which was amazing. It honestly kind of reminded me of Homecoming, the Beyonce Netflix.
Oh yes, because that was the opening number.
They had the captains in a different color, so they really stood out in the bright red. It was bomb.com.
Yes, they had the band music, the sass of the choreography was just all sexy. Please go watch it. Go to the YouTube or Instagram story to see how they pulled this off. The opening number was, you were brought into the overall show, off jump.
Right. So then they had an interesting part where the girls danced, and maybe multiple times, different kind of genres. Would you say?
Because they had 2 different sideline routines that they were doing to different songs, so you weren't hearing the same song over and over again. But then it seemed like the girls had the opening number and then 2 different opportunities to dance in front of the judges, but it wasn't in an order that you can easily track your girls that you were paying attention to. So that was one portion of it, to come out again to do the sidelines. And then another portion that was a video and a modeling, if you will.
So this is kind of the interesting part. The girls would come out, and I thought for a while there it was supposed to be a black business outfit-ish, We saw some sparkle, like full on sequence.
Oh, her outfit was banging.
It was,
Yeah.
but I was kind of like, wait, what's the like,
Yeah,
criteria
is this
for
like
this?
Yeah, is this business attire or is it like going out?
Right.
Yeah.
And they weren't talking, but on the jumbo screen, it was them in business attire,
Right.
kind of like, bust up and like talking about what it would be like and maybe answering a professional question
Right.
as they kind of like strutted across the stage. It was a little weird, not gonna lie.
The only thing I could think of, because it was such a long show, was just that was the only way to control how long a girl would be speaking. Because if you have a live host and they're asking questions and people feel the need to go on and on,
It was
maybe
pre-edited.
So maybe they tried to keep it so that they can give every person the same amount of time, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But they did kind of walk across the stage.
Hit a few marks and then
Yeah. and
we
then
were
shut off.
done.
Yeah. But then you didn't know if the girls that you just saw do that were the same ones that were just about to dance for you, because there's no way that they had enough time to change their clothes to dance. But it was a good variety of things that you were watching, but it would have been hard to, if I were a judge, to judge that one with a number and then trying to see, oh, that's the girl I liked from before and she's with a different... I don't know if you were with the same group either. There was so much going on and I was so
There was
excited.
a lot
Maybe
going
I didn't
on.
track it, but so cool. They danced to Cardi B.
they did.
They danced. They had little rock numbers with some of the sidelines, but you could
With the big Poms. Like they
Yeah.
handed them Poms to use, which was kind of cool too.
Yeah, you're getting to see everybody in their element as a Redskins cheerleader, and so you couldn't tell who... Well, yes, you could tell who some of the vets were because they were just like
Selling it.
big time. But it was just cool to see everybody just feeding off the energy of the crowd, because that was also pretty... It was hyped. Like, you felt like you were at like a...
People had posters.
Yes.
I mean, people had sections like booked out that were screaming their name.
Thank you, Jasmine, for saving us a seat. We would have been jacked all up in the
Yeah.
corner.
We were right up the front on the balcony and it
Yeah.
was like super awesome. I had a great time. I was dancing. I had a few drinks.
Did
It was just
did
a
you
cool
struggle
environment.
keeping like the camera still?
Yeah, I didn't know, because that's what I'm saying. There was a lot going on. So
Yeah.
it's like, what do you focus on? You don't want to miss anything. But there's jumbo screens and there's group dances. And like you said, there's a few girls who followed us and reached out on social media. So we knew a lot of the girls auditioning.
Right.
So it was kind of hard to focus. But it was a great show. Like,
Yes.
if you were just coming there to watch, awesome show.
Yeah.
But like, we're trying to follow certain people. So it was hard to
Hard to
follow,
follow.
in that way. Yeah.
Yes. But there were definitely some people sealing the show. And at the end, they all take their picture together. And job well done, ladies. Definitely the hard work paid off. You look together. You all look like you could have made that team. So
Have a great season.
we're
and
watching.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I think they should. I already commented that they should do the Beyonce Homecoming, like, Before I Let Go challenge, because that whole show just screamed Beyonce's Homecoming. Such a cool show. And, I mean, now that a lot of teams have their... final audition showcase online, we'll definitely compare notes to see.
Yep.
We're going to be launching in a week, Brittany. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
ready?
excited.
What's our first episode?
So we're going to track all the NFL auditions and basically kind of lay it out and tell you all about the teams and their selections and maybe some trends that we're seeing. So kind of like our Pro Bowl episode.
Yes.
Every
breaking it
team's going to
down.
get analyzed.
Oh, yes. From the Rudy to the Tootie. Because I couldn't come up with a better one.
That works.
But we cannot wait to just give you guys... I mean, there's been so much that's happened during our break. Thanks to everybody who reached out to us. We are coming back for that ass next week. And then we have such a cool lineup of things coming up this season. So
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Thanks for listening to Welcome to DC. Enjoy some go-go.
Okay, bye.
Bye.